What's up everybody, how you all doing? My name is Rosie and welcome back to my channel. As you can already tell from the title of the video, this is my debt-free journey, and to be specific, it's how I racked up my debt. If the video won't be so long, then I will also share with you guys what I'm doing to get out of this debt as soon as possible, because I'm not trying to live like this for the next 7 years. No ma'am, I don't know about you guys, but I really want to be free with my money. Whatever I make, I want it all to be mine instead of giving someone or paying back. You know what I mean, okay? So if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking, or thank you so much for joining me on this video. And I'm pretty sure you clicked on it because you also want to be free, you want to start your debt-free journey and you don't know how to do it, or you just want to know how other people are doing, because I know myself that I have watched plenty of people discussing their debt-free journey and how they started, and it has given me some kind of motivation and to go on this journey basically. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video.
Ask me how I do it, I just stick to the plan, stick to the plan. Ask me how I do it, I just stick to the plan, stick to the plan. Really it ain't nothing to it, I just fit who I am, fit who I am. Ask me how I do it, I just stick to the plan, stick to the plan. Really it ain't nothing to it, not to.
So guys, as I already say, this video is gonna be, okay, maybe let me just say, I'm gonna be looking down. This is my handy dandy notebook. If you're from Kenya, you already know which brand is this. I think everyone uses it in Kenya. And yeah, this is my notebook, and it's very affordable and it's big, and I can write down anything on it. Okay, so if you see me looking down, that is what I'm doing. I've written down some notes so that I can be organized. I find that my mind goes, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it goes, okay? So if you see me looking down, that is, I'm looking down on my notes. So let's start. So as I already said, this video is starting my debt-free journey and how I racked up $40,000 in debt. At the moment, that is not the number that I have to pay off. I've already paid off about quite a number, big chunk of the amount, and at the moment I have about 29,000 US dollars left. So I think I've done quite a good progress comparing to when I took up the loan. Okay, so let's start. So back in March of 2019, that is when I decided to take a personal loan from the bank that I bank with at the moment. I did not have a particular reason why I needed to take this money. I guess I was just influenced by the people around me, because everyone was taking up loan here, left, right, and center. And then I decided maybe it's a good idea for me as well to take up a personal loan. And that is exactly what I did. So backstory, by March of 2019, I had been working for the company that I currently work for about 8 months. And I had already finished my probationary period, so it was like, that's the best time you can actually take up a loan, and by the time you finish your first contract, then you will as well finish up paying up the loan. So I thought maybe that's the best idea. Now thinking about it, I don't know. I'm not gonna regret anything, but that is what I did. So I went to the bank, and the guys, of course, because I had been in the company for only 8 months, they calculated what I would get, and the maximum that I would get was about 44,000 US dollars. and basically within 2 days the money was in my bank. As I said, I did not have a reason to take the money. I didn't have something that I really wanted to do. So the money stayed in my bank account for maybe a month without me touching it or doing anything with it. And then I decided, I need to do something tangible with the money. So I went ahead and I really wanted to buy my mom a car because she has a problem with her leg. I didn't want her to use public transportation anymore, and it will be better for me when I go home to just have a personal car and do whatever I want to. It will be easier. That's my thing. So I decided to send about 13,000 US dollars to her, and she purchased a car. Even up to now, she still has the same car. It's in a very good condition, so I do not regret buying that, going towards that route. Okay. Then now, I was left, with the transfer of funds with large sum of money. There's always a lot of changes. So with that, I was left with about 29,000 US dollars. And I thought to myself, what other way would I be able to feel comfortable or confident with what I'm doing? And that's when I decided to get a house or make a down payment on a house. And not really a big house, but at least a house which will fit my mom and my brother, because at that time I was not living in my country. But I would like, whenever I go, I don't have to pay rent, and I don't have to, you know what I mean. I guess you understand what I mean. So that's when I decided I was gonna do a down payment for a piece of house. Not a piece of house. A piece of house. But to do a down payment on a house. So I went online, and of course I found this company which they were doing amazing bungalows. I didn't want something extravagant. It was just a small 3-bedroom bungalow in a quarter of an acre, and it was going for about 50,000 US dollars. Which I guess maybe most of you will wonder, why is it so cheap? But in my country, labor and building material, they're very, very cheap, and they're readily available. So I guess that's the reason. So I made a decision to go ahead and do a down payment on the house. So I remember it was in April of 2019 that I went home. I traveled back home, and already my mom had already purchased the car, so it was very easy for us to move around, go see all these properties that were being advertised, and maybe see what we liked. I decided, or me and my mom decided, that we liked one piece of estate that they were doing, and that is what we were gonna settle down for. And at that time, again, transferring of funds, I transferred about 27,000 US dollars to buy that house. Of course, so many things happened. The guys had said that that we were purchasing an off plan, which means that the house was not done, but they were gonna be done with it within 15 months. So that was, and the construction would start in May of 2019. So as I said, that was in April of 2019, and now the construction would start in May of 2019, and it would take 15 months. So fast forward to May, I've already made the transfer, which was 27,000, and I was left to pay about 23,000, right? So come May, they didn't start the project. June, they didn't start. July, they didn't start yet. And I started thinking like, oh my God, what did I do? Did I get conned? You know, all these things started running on my mind. And I really regretted buying off plan. So my advice to anyone out there who's planning to buy a house, please, unless you trust these people 100% and you have an agreement with them that you know that they're gonna deliver, do not ever go for an off plan. I have learned my lesson. I will never do it again. And if I want a house, I will have to either see a house which is ready and transfer the money, or build my own house. So far we are now in March of 2021 and still they have not started the project. So basically that is how I got myself in debt and what I did with the money. So far I don't some time back I was really feeling like, you know, I wasted a lot of money, but when I talked to these people, they decided to give me, instead of giving me the house, they would give me a piece of property, like a quarter of half an acre of land where they were doing the project. And to me, it's much better than losing a house, losing the money and losing everything. So far, with the personal loan I got, I invested half of it in I keep forgetting. I invested the money in a piece of land, and then I have the car. With the car, of course, it's a liability, but it has given us a lot of service, and it's gonna give us more and more service to come for the years to come. It's still good and I still really like it. Okay, I also accumulated some credit card debt and a phone. I took a phone on a payments plan. So again, in around the end of 2019, I decided to get laser hair removal. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like if you're dark skin and you shave, you will always have ingrown hair. And maybe this is too much information, but I just want to share with you how I got myself in these kind of debts, which I regret or not regret. I learned a lesson from them. So in end of 2019, I decided I'm done with shaving, I'm done with waxing, and I really wanted to just get rid of the ingrown hair, because I really didn't know that until someone told me, like, you know what, it's actually ingrown hair and it's just hair, which causes a lot of discoloration, a lot of, you know, if I don't know, you guys know what I'm talking about. So I was tired of it and I decided to get hair laser removal package from a certain company here in Dubai. And that's basically, when I went there, I didn't know that hair removal was that expensive. I mean, using laser. I think it's called a Yag machine. I don't know. It's somehow a color machine. I don't know. I really don't know anything about it. But someone also did recommend that you should definitely go someplace where they know what they're doing, and because of your skin color, you're darker, then they have to use a certain kind of a machine. So now when I went there, I went to Kaya Skin Clinic here in Dubai. I know they have a lot of places, a lot of, how do I say, they have a lot of branches. But where I went, they did charge me for about 4 sessions, and I also wanted to get something on my skin. I don't know what I was thinking, and they sold me some skin products, and now the laser. So everything all together came about 9,000 dirhams, and I didn't have the money at the time, but I did have my credit card. But at that time I had never used my credit card, and I thought, you know, there's no point, I would just use my credit card. So I used my credit card, and that is how I basically used the whole of my credit card, because now I had used, how do you say, the maximum limit of my credit card is about 10,000 dirhams. I don't know, maybe it's about 28,000 US, no, 2,800, my goodness, what am I saying? 2,800 US dollars. That was my limit on the credit card that I had. So I used up all of it. And I was happy with the results of the hair removal, because it cleared up. I didn't have any discoloration. I didn't have any problem in my bikini area, because that is the area that I really wanted to tag in, my underarms and my bikini area basically. And I really loved it. It's an investment, and I love the results. But of course it left me in debt. And that is how I used my credit card, okay? The other thing is, by the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, the new iPhone 11 Pro Max came out. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I buy a phone, or anytime I buy something tells me it's better to get the biggest. I would never get the Pro 11 or Pro 12 mini. I would never, I don't know. I just wouldn't. Like, it's just like, there's no point. So, of course, I got the new 11 iPhone Pro Max. And I think it has just gotten out. So I took it on a plan, and the plan was amazing. So I was doing a payment plan of every month about I don't know, it's about $100 every single month. But this plan included phone bill, postpaid. So all of it together was about $100, and in dirhams was about 350 dirhams. So that is how I got myself in a phone debt or a phone payment plan. And yeah, so I think this video is gonna be too long, and I don't want it to be too long. But now, come March of 2020, you know, we all know what happened. Everything was closed. I had no, like, I was not thinking about money. At that time, I know for a fact I had never ever paid attention to my finances or to my loan payments. I had no reason. So by March of 2020, I will say I had already paid for 1 year in my loan, because every month I would pay a certain amount of money. So I had paid 1 month. I had paid 1 year, because I took the loan in March of 2019 up to March of 2020. So in end of March of 2020, the bank that I was still bank with were very kind, and they gave us a deferment period of about 6 months, which gave us a grace period, because I don't know about you guys, but I was not working. I was not getting paid, and again I was on unpaid leave for certain circumstances, which those things, they have taught me so much, or something in me just changed about my finances, you know. So come August, that is when I dove inside and I said, I will start my financial freedom, financial peace. And I started going through anyone who was talking about finances. How do I get out of debt quickly? What do people do? I started listening to people's testimonies or people's what they did, all this stuff. And of course, I don't know about you guys, but that's when I stumbled across Dave Ramsey. And he's an American financial guru. He's very wise when it comes to money, and I have followed him. I think whatever I'm doing, whenever I'm at home, the one thing that is playing on my laptop is Dave Ramsey podcast, and I think I will live on his word every single time. I really like what he advertises, and I would encourage any one of you who's wanting to start this journey to go and listen a bit on his plan. Of course, he's very, very like goal oriented. Some people will find it too much, but I know that it works. Yeah. So by now we are in March of 2021. It's been 2 years since I took up the loan, and I am at 29,000 US dollars to pay. Like, that is how much I'm yet to pay. I've already finished my credit card, and when I finished it, I was so happy. You know that message when it sends you congratulations, you finished paying off something? I was so elated. I was so happy, and I say to myself, I will never use a credit card again. So I cut it up. I called the bank, told them to cancel that credit card. I never want to have it. I never want to use it, and please don't send me anything about it. And I cut it out, and that's the best decision I've made. One of the best decisions that I've made financially, because I don't want to use money which is not mine. And it's so easy for someone to actually use that kind of money. I don't know about you guys, but I live in Dubai. It's very expensive here. You go out without thinking you're gonna spend money. By the time you come back in, you have bags full of unnecessary stuff. The other thing is, I paid off my phone 100%, and I finished paying it off in November of 2020. So I was so happy as well, knowing that my phone is my phone. I also don't want to be a consumer that gonna be upgrading my phone every now and then. Of course, there's always that thought of, oh my god, maybe the iPhone 12 is better. Trust you me, it's something that I'm working on. Something I'm also struggling with, but I'm learning that I do not want to be a consumer. There's no point for me to get the new iPhone 12. I have the new 11. So why would I, and it works perfectly. So yeah. So far I only have the personal loan, and that is what I'm working on. I have a detailed plan on how I want to finish it, and I want to finish this loan, paying it off. If it works according to how I'm planning, I'm gonna finish it off by October of 2022. And that is why I'm doing this video, because I want to be accountable. I want to be accountable to some people, and I want to put my journey out there, and I want to encourage people that it's possible. It's very much possible. Also, something I wanted to mention is that growing up, I was never taught about money. I was never taught. We never sat down and talked about, financial literacy. We never spoke about it's not good to be in debt. It's hence why I got myself in debt anyway, because when I thought about it, when I started calculating the interest of of my personal loan, I realized that every day there's a percentage that is added to my personal loan, and I have to pay every single time I pay. So join me in this journey, guys. I think the video will be too long. I don't want it to be too long. So in the next video, I'm gonna be talking about ways or things that I've cut down, things that I'm doing to really make sure that I get myself out of this position that I got myself in as a smart person. Okay, So thank you so much guys for joining. Thank you for watching so far. If you're here, leave a comment down below. Let me know where you are at the moment, or let's join hands and do this journey together. So as they say, financial freedom gives you a peace of mind, and that is exactly what I want. Again, I do not want to be a slave to the lender. That is in the Bible, and I'm gonna live by that. So thank you so much guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video, also comment down below anything that you want to know, and I will be very glad to share. Thank you. Bye. See you in my next video.